Hi Chrome editors. In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to add clothing to this picture. Our customer wanted us to put a mountainous background and make it look cold, and she wanted him to be wearing long sleeves. We get this request a lot, and it seems very challenging if you try to draw the sleeves in and it's not easy to do. But if we come over here, what I do when I need to add sleeves is I find a shirt where there are sleeves, and then using the quick selection tool, which is a great tool for a quick selection, as it's called, you try to just grab the sleeves, and you can, by hitting Alt, you can take away the selection, and by hitting Shift, you can add to the selection until you have a decent selection of the sleeves. And then you click Refine Edge just to check and see if that looks good, and you can adjust how much it's smoothed. And once it's close to a good sleeve, I think that's good. I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to paste it on here. And now here is the challenge. Of course, no arm is going to be in the exact same position that we need it to be in to fit the photo that we have. So what I do is I use the Transform Warp tool. And this gives us a lot of control over each different part of the sleeve, so I can keep playing with it. And there's no exact science to this, you just try to line up all the different parts. So I have to make this part bigger, but that made this part bigger, so now I gotta go back down here. And really, you just keep playing with it until it starts to look like it's his sleeve. And don't worry about going over the edges, because you can always trim it when you're done. You just want to get the shape right first. So even though parts of it are going over his vest, that's fine. So once I have that, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to duplicate the layer by hitting Command J, makes another layer. I'm going to transform and flip it horizontally, and now I have a second sleeve. And I can do the same thing. I'm going to transform, and first I'm going to distort it, because that makes it quicker sometimes, because it's so the whole thing needs to be moved. And then I can use the warp to just work on the little details. Oops. So I'm going to go back in and just move some stuff around just to make it look more 3D. Okay, so I'm not going to be a perfectionist here because we're going to save time, but and then basically you can put these two layers together by hitting Command E. You can select them by hitting Command and clicking on it, put a mask on, and then we're going to just do what we always do, which is clean up the edges using the brush tool on the mask layer. And we're going to go in and clean it up. I'm going to rush through this again. I don't want to take up too much of your time here. So let's pretend that we got the edges all perfect now. The next thing we need to do is match the sleeves to this picture. As you can see, the sleeves are very contrasty. They're very black and white, and this photo is very soft. So what I'm going to do is first make sure I'm clicked on the actual selection layer, go to Levels, And I'm going to turn up that middle level here so there isn't so much black. And then I'm going to add even more white in the output section. But then you want to fine tune it. As you can see, the sun is shining on this side of his face, which means it's coming from this way. So I'm going to go to the elliptical tool, and I have it feathered at 100. Let's see if 100 works here. And we're going to just grab this part of his sleeve, go to levels, and just brighten it up again. And that looks better. And then inside here, we want, I'm going to actually bring this down a lot now. I'm going to feather it down to like 20 because we don't want this, we want this line more, we don't want it to spread out through the whole sleeve. So now in here in the crease, I'm going to darken it. Because that jacket would cause a shadow to form right there. And I'm going to do that here too. I'm going to darken it. So basically, that's what you do. You just clean it up, and I already did it before this video, so that's what the final will look like. I trimmed it to the size of his actual arm. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.